Okay, this is a lesson for Year 11 Sociology on the inequality section. And we're looking at today connection into ethnicity and life chances. So we're going to look at the correlation between these two factors. How is your ethnic background connected to your life chances? And understand these correlations. Are they truly there? What's the true nature of them? And develop our statistical skills. We've got some numbers to look at in a little while. Keywords are jobs, occupation, class, education, qualifications, earnings, income, unemployment, housing, health. You know what all these mean, I hope, by now. Okay, so let's just recap. What do we mean in sociology by life chances? Now, I hope you remember this. Life chances means your chance in life of getting the things you want and avoiding the things you don't. You want a good job, you don't want to be unemployed. You want to earn a lot of money, you don't want to be poor. You want a good standard of education for you and your children, not no education. You want good qualifications, not no. You want to earn a lot of money, you want a lot of income instead of having no income. You want to be healthy instead of being ill. You want to live long instead of dying early. You want a nice house instead of a rubbish flat. Life chances, and you can calculate this, a percentage chance of getting certain things and avoiding others. That's life chances. Now you probably won't be surprised to hear that we can show fairly straightforwardly that the life chances of ethnic minorities in Britain are lower. On average, ethnic minorities have worse life chances than the white majority. That's a simple headline figure here. We'll go into that in a lot more detail at the end. Now, it's all very well saying these things. We need a bit of proof. And there's something called the Labour Force Survey, a government thing, and they go out and they say who's working, who's not, who's claiming benefit for being unemployed, who's not, where are they from, and what's their ethnic and class background. That's the Labour Force Survey, a big government survey, because the government needs to know these things to plan for the future and to figure out who to blame. And in 2010, they discovered these things. White British, EI, economically inactive, hasn't got a job but not necessarily claiming benefit. So EI, 20%, 2010, unemployment up to 7.5. You see, EI number is a lot higher than the unemployment number. Yeah? This means you're not working, doesn't mean you're claiming benefit. So this is claiming benefit, this is just not working. Black Caribbeans was very high and then dropped, but unemployment rose 13 up to 15.4. So white British unemployment 7.5, Black Caribbean 15.5, double. Black Africans, EI 31%, unemployment 15%, virtually the same as Black Caribbeans. Pakistanis, EI was massive, 2002, almost 50%. Fallen a bit today, but unemployment is 18.8%. We'll go through all these stats in a lot more detail in class so you're clear on them. But basically, I would have said the ones to really think about, the ones to really look at here are that, and that. For that group, that group, that group, and that group. Yeah, these are big numbers. So we'll look at that in a lot more detail. But let's start thinking about this. Because the obvious thing to say is, well, this is what causes the riots last year. Yeah. This is what it is. People are unemployed, they're out of work. That's the problem. And it is part of the problem. But perhaps it's not as obvious as those figures make it look. Stats are really dangerous. They're dodgy. You've got to be careful of what you're measuring. So, for example, in those figures I've just given you, what are the figures, for example, Indians? Well, it turns out they're much lower. They have a lower rate of unemployment than white British. So it's tricky. It's not a straightforward ethnic thing. And just to be clear on this, we have a 7.5% number for white unemployed. But that's a lot of people, white British. What about middle class white British? Well, middle class unemployment is in fact 2%, class 1 and class 2 from the pyramid. Whereas working class unemployment is about 12%, much closer. 12% working class, 18, 15, 15, yeah? Closer, not the same, but closer. And that's what we're going to be thinking about in the lesson. Although this looks like ethnic inequality, and it is to an extent, is it really a red herring? I'm hoping by now you know what I mean by that. Is ethnicity and life chances a bit of a red herring? Is it in fact just social class in disguise? Now in the lesson in class we'll go through that in a bit more detail. But that's the main thing to leave you with. Is ethnic inequality really, as I'm sure you know Marx would say this, is it social class in disguise?